Oh, hey, how's it going?
Like all of the things that were on my schedule, my plate, so full of joyful activities, I am letting them go one by one because Ironman training is taking over.
Oh my gosh, success. Just got 2 big stents removed from my nose. I can't believe how big they were. I might post a pic, but they're kind of gross, so brace yourself. I can breathe. It's amazing. Probably just took 2 hours off my Ironman time.
Out here in the middle of nowhere in Minnesota. So, yeah, I got sick in around Christmas time and just was unable to do any real workouts. Seems like everybody else is getting along pretty well. I decided to take it Rocky style and head up to the frozen north, you know, when he goes up there and he works out up there. I don't know, trying to put it all together. I've had some issues with breathing and stuff like that, but slowly coming around.
I heard a phrase from somebody that said, "When's the last time you did anything new?" And I thought about that. It resonated with me, and I'm like, man, I haven't done anything new in decades. So I said, hold my beer. I'm gonna go do an Ironman.
When I watched Julie Moss crawl across the finish line in the Ironman way back, and I was just blown away by that, and I thought to myself, I've got to do that. That's so cool. That is something that I'm gonna do someday.
I saw Julie Moss collapse short of the finish line at the Ironman World Championship and crawl across. I was in college when that happened, and I just thought, wow, what is this sport? What are they doing? This is really crazy. And it just had some type of a pull to me.
My parents had a friend who was a cameraman in Kona and for NBC. And I used to think that was the coolest job in the world. And I can tell you that it is.
It's always something I had heard about. You know, you watch the NBC special, the Ironman World Championship, and it's emotional and amazing.
I had no idea what Ironman was other than the name. So through BCC and just working the events, I've learned tons. It's kind of how I got the encouragement and just, you know, wanting to even just do this.
To see Julie Moss at the start of Kona this past year, she was up on a scaffolding as we were getting ready to get into the water, and I was able to wave at her and get her attention, and she said hello. She asked me my name, and then I saw her again at the last aid station at mile, I think it was like 25 or something, and you know, she was encouraging me at the end, and so that was pretty cool for it to all come like full circle.
I had a friend who was into doing these races, and it was like a week before Christmas, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. And he hit me up and said, hey, I'm gonna go do a half Ironman in Hawaii. Why don't you come join me? And probably as most of us said when we were first asked to do one of these or thought about doing one of these, I told him, you're crazy, man. There's no way I can do that. Impossible.
Oh, man. All right. First run of 2023 in the books. Swimming's the worst. My least favorite.
It was after I got into the FBI and I met a counterpart named Bob Jordan, a colleague of mine, and Bob was an Ironman. Bob had been in triathlon for a long time, and I didn't really realize that. He and I had traveled a lot together on different assignments we had, and I remember one time being out of town with the rest of the team, and And I asked, where's Bob? I figured he'd be at dinner. And they said, no, he'd found a YMCA somewhere and he was swimming. I said, swimming? They said, yeah, he does that crazy Ironman sport. And I thought, I got to get to know Bob.
So my friend Ellie and Bob's friend Sue connected us in this, what we like to think of as a double blind date. And when I talked to Bob on the phone, this was in the day of answer machines. He left a message on my answer machine. Hi, this is Bob Jordan. I'm a total stranger. A friend named Sue gave me your number. And so when I called him back, we got talking, and it was in the days before Facebook. I couldn't look him up. I didn't know what he looked like or anything. And as we were talking, he said, talked about maybe getting together for dinner. And then he mentioned, when we were looking at dates, oh, I'm doing a triathlon that day. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're doing a triathlon? Can I come and watch? So our first date ended up being me watching Bob do a triathlon.
The bad days of training are the days that I've had to learn how to condition my heart, and the days where I just don't get to have a little ego boost with how fast I can run 10 miles or how fast I can bike in 2 hours and all that stuff.
I haven't found the motivation yet to really buckle down and train the way I need to, which is bad. I haven't started as strong as I wanted to, or as strong as the people around me are, which I'm really happy for everyone around me that they're busting it. Like Dave is really bearing down. I think he's 50 days straight with a workout. I'm like 65, no, maybe not that many, maybe 45 days straight of working out. Today was the first day I thought about skipping. I got my COVID super duper booster yesterday, and man, those haven't gone great for me, but I feel better. So it's supposed to be a run day, but it was a ride day.
Yeah, I've had bad training days. I think the saying is, or a lot of people will tell you, you've got to have a bad day to have a good day. And without bad days, you can't have good days. You can't just have a whole string of good days. It's just not possible. Bad days come and good days come. It's a roller coaster, right? You can't just be all like this.
Each bad day gives me the opportunity to learn something new. So kind of the mindset I've adapted into this training is, I don't know about triathlon, I don't know training, I don't know nutrition, I don't know recovery, I don't know a lot of those things. So every day there's a bad day, I have had to switch my mindset to understand that it's something I can learn from. Okay, my run was really hard today, but I slept really well, so I don't get it. That's because I didn't have enough nutrition, and I just learn, and I'm able to take the bad days and transform them into a learning opportunity. I think that that's something I've been unable to do in the past, and it's really cool that this has given me the opportunity to do that now.
I've done well. Because man, bad days are going to happen all the time, and they just come and go. As long as you don't get too hung up that like this is the bad day. Bad days happen all the time. So just keep moving on. And I've met so many people that, putting it in perspective, like a bad day at work isn't losing your health. A bad day working out is probably a good day for most people. So, put it in perspective. What is a bad day?
What helps me get out of my own kind of, stuff in my head is reaching out, like, to other people that may be really happy to hear from you, or that maybe it's somebody I don't even know, like, who looks like they need a smile, or, they just need an attaboy or something like that. So that keeps me going, like reaching out. But sometimes I just need to sit with it for a little while and honor it. If I'm not in a great place, I sometimes don't even fight it. I just like let it be with me for a while and say, okay, after a couple of hours or one day or whatever it is, I'm done with you. We're going to move on. But I think that everybody has those kind of days, and to think that we're not going to have them is unreasonable.
Right when I first moved to Los Angeles, I didn't have a lot of money, didn't know if I was going to be able to like be successful at this job and being in this business. And one day I took just like a regular notebook paper and I wrote, "Today is going to be a good day," and pinned it on my wall. I still have it on my wall to this day, and it's torn up. I've never put it in a frame. I just pin it to my wall everywhere I go. And a lot of times when I'm having a stressful moment, I'm having a bad day, things aren't going right, I like to take a breath and say, today is going to be a good day, and take value in what we're doing.
All the athletes definitely inspire me. I don't care if you come in first place, you inspire me just as much as the guy that comes in last place and everybody in between.
I watch the finish line. I stay until midnight and I watch so many people cross that I have no idea what they've even been through, but I am chasing that feeling of when you cross that finish line and they say your name, and there we are.
The grit and the determination that Ironman has given me is probably is what keeps me going right now. Lots of bad days in the last 67 weeks. A lot of days I don't know how I can swing my legs out of bed and get up and go. But I have perseverance that I've learned from all this endurance training. And that I have to get up and work out. And that I still have a family that depends on me. So I get up. And I go do my training. And I make it through a day. And I do it all over again.